So today what we're doing is taking a walk through this creek here. We got our rubber boots. We're headed over the other side. Where we want to go is up through these trees. There's an old abandoned logging road, and we have a 2-kilometer hike on that road, off to a side road, to another side road, and we're going to be checking out a couple creeks along the way that feed into this, and we're going to be looking at any exposures along the road. We have a 12-kilometer round trip, and this is the shortest way to the road, so let's do her. Water's just at the right level. So we are across. There's snow up there. We're hoping it's not covering too much. The road's at the base of where the snow is. Even a little snow makes climbing a hill difficult. How was that? We made it to the logging road. Now where we want to go, down here, and that side of the mountain, up in there. So let's start hiking. We've yet to see anything interesting. We've looked at the rocks on the ground a bit. Lots of porphyritic rocks, lots of epidote and carbonate rocks. There's a little bit of oxidization come from the gravels, which is consistent with down in the main creek. And you can find a little bit of AU built up in there. There's also some cougar prints here, so we got to be careful. Good thing we brought our machetes. Up off the main road now. Main road runs down there and all over here, and there's a bridge down here which leads around that way. So mineralization can be seen in the creek, the main one, from about that point all the way down a few kilometers up in this side creek here, which is where we're following on the higher side, and then this connects around back up there. We're going to see how far we can get today. We're going to make a trip down to the creek over there. It's not accessible walking through the bushes here. It's just too prickly with blackberry bushes and stuff. So we're already 3 kilometers in. Let's see what another 3 kilometers has to say. First grab sample of the day. So this rock, you see a lot of these down in the main creek. And you can see iron sulfides. Looks like mostly pyrite. No visible AU or anything, but we are going to bag and tag this sample. You can see all those little specks there. There is very little bedrock exposed. The first piece we've come across has quartz right here. A little bit of quartz veining there. And here, you can see big hunk of quartz. We're gonna spend a little time and hammer away. Try and clear this off a tiny bit, see what's there. Closer examination, it is not quartz, but in fact quartz carbonate. Virtually barren. Not seeing much of anything in here. It's quite oxidized, but don't see much. So something that's pretty interesting here. I don't know if you can see that. Black crystal looking stuff. I'm pretty sure that that is sphalerite, which is a zinc sulfide. So that's pretty interesting. Sphalerite mineralization in the rock, which is also consistent with the area. If you go 5 kilometers this way, close to the headwaters of the main creek, there is sphalerite up there. So the fact that this runs this way is a good indication you have a giant zone or extension somewhere along here. So we're going to take a sample, bag and tag it before we move on. We have another road grab sample here. You can see epidotization in this rock. You can see some quartz, carbonate, and you can see chalcopyrite over here, and pyrite mix. So we have another nice looking sample. Broke that sample open a little bit, and you definitely have copper sulfides in there. You can see chalcopyrite. You have pyrite right in with your carbonate. More here. Pretty nice looking sample, I'd say. Another one here. So, as always, bag and tag, and then move on. We've come across this pile here, which has intrigued us because this is the exact rock type that you find in the main creek. Hordes and hordes and hordes of this. Hordes of oxidized rocks. And when you dig down to the oxidized layer in the main creek, you find decent gold there. So quite possibly this is from part of the deposit. The question is, how does it get into the main creek, going all the way down here and all the way down to the main area? We branched off down to a side road going down to the creek, and if you look at the banks here, you can just see oxidized dirt and gravels, hunks right there. There's a big huge outcrop exposure over there. So we're gonna go down and we're gonna do some testing down here, even up there. So we could have found part of the source, or at least be close to the source. That would be sweet. Man, oh man, look at the oxidized rocks. How oxidized those gravels are. Pretty insane. I think we're gonna do a test pan here, see if we can find anything. I still think we gotta go quite a ways up to get to anything major, but we'll see. So we have a couple rocks here with mineralization. Really gossanous. There's a little bit of sulfides in there. Your other one has disseminated pyrite all throughout it. So pretty interesting. The prospecting partners behind that tree stump loading up a pan, and we'll see if we can find any gold or anything. When you're test panning, you always want to make sure your pan's clean. One speck of gold could mean the difference between excessive searching when nothing's there, So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull about a half a pan worth of material from right here, this oxidized layer. You have this weird clay looking layer that looks like it's got sulfides in it and oxidized rocks everywhere. Water is freezing cold, and if you took a look at the mountains earlier in the video, you know why. Snow covered. Look at how rusty those are. Oh, I think we have some copper. There's some malachite staining on this piece. Okay, let's see what we got. It is freezing. Just look at that. Oh, it's so hard to tell what's what. It is so difficult to tell what's what in this pan. Everything is just so oxidized. There definitely is some gold in there, but it's so fine. You have what looks like a silverish colored sulfide as well. You have magnetite for sure, and possibly some other stuff in there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a sample of concentrates and we'll send it into a lab, see what kind of results we get for AU SCR21 test, which will tell you the analysis of gold in here, because gold is what we're primarily after in this property. We are interested in secondary deposits, but gold's the main one. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for part 2. We're going to continue on, see what else we can find. We have to catch that in another video. Thanks for watching.